Ever wondered how duplicate content can impact your SEO? Well, let's break it down and get right to the heart of it. Duplicate content refers to substantive blocks of content within or across domains that either completely match or are remarkably similar. It's like a mirror image in the world of SEO, and it can lead to quite a few headaches if not handled appropriately. You see, search engines strive to provide the best user experience, and serving up the same content over and over again isn't exactly top-notch service. This can result in lower rankings or even penalties. But don't fret, it's not an insurmountable hurdle. With a few well-planned steps, you can identify and manage duplicate content. In the next few minutes, we'll be exploring these steps, from understanding the impact to identifying, eliminating, and managing unavoidable duplicate content. So, stay tuned as we delve into the steps to identify and manage duplicate content for SEO. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how duplicate content affects your SEO. First and foremost, we have to understand how search engines view duplicate content. Search engines like Google are designed to offer the most relevant and high-quality results to users. When they encounter multiple pieces of similar or identical content, they are faced with the challenge of deciding which version is the most relevant or original. This confusion can lead to less than ideal search results for the user, and it's something search engines want to avoid. Now let's consider the consequences of duplicate content. One of the major impacts is diluted link equity. In the world of SEO, links are like votes of confidence. When multiple pages have the same content, the link equity gets spread across those pages, essentially diluting the power of those links. This can lead to none of the pages achieving the high rankings they might have if the content were unique. Another consequence is lower search rankings. When search engines find duplicate content, they may choose to display only one version in the search results. This means that your content might not be the one that gets chosen, especially if it's not the original source. This can lead to decreased visibility, lower traffic, and ultimately, lower rankings. Furthermore, duplicate content can impact the credibility of your site. If your site is seen as a source of duplicate content, it may be viewed as less trustworthy or authoritative. This can result in lower rankings and less traffic over time. And lastly, keep in mind that having duplicate content can also waste your crawl budget. Search engine bots have a limited amount of time to crawl your site, and if they're spending that time on duplicate content, they may not get around to crawling your unique, high-quality content. Now that we understand the impact, let's move on to identifying duplicate content. So, how can you spot duplicate content on your website? Well, let's dive right in. The first step in identifying duplicate content is to use online tools specifically designed for this purpose. One such tool is SiteLiner, which analyzes your website and highlights any duplicate content. It's as simple as pasting your website URL into the search box and letting SiteLiner do the rest. You'll get a detailed report showing any duplicated text and the specific pages where it's found. Another tool you can use is Copyscape. This tool works a bit differently. It checks if the content on your website is original, or if it's been copied from somewhere else on the internet. To use Copyscape, you'll need to input the URL of the page you want to check, and it will return any instances of that page's content appearing elsewhere online. Last but not least, there's the Google Search Console. This is a free tool provided by Google that helps you monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot your site's presence in Google search results. It doesn't directly point out duplicate content, but it does show you indexing issues which can often be caused by duplicate content. Now, these tools are great for a one-time check, but duplicate content can creep in over time. That's why it's important to perform regular content audits. Think of it like a regular checkup for your website's health. Regular audits can help you spot duplicate content before it becomes a problem and affects your SEO performance. Remember, the goal here isn't to catch every single instance of duplicated content. That would be nearly impossible. But by using these tools and conducting regular audits, you can keep the majority of duplicate content in check. And it's not just about spotting duplicate content. Once you've identified it, you can learn from it. Analyze why it happened. Was it an oversight, a technical issue? The more you understand, the better you can prevent it from happening again in the future. Identifying duplicate content is the first step towards managing it. Let's move on to our next step, eliminating duplicate content. Got duplicate content? Here's how to get rid of it. It's not just about identifying the duplicate content on your site, it's also about knowing the best methods to eliminate it. Let's discuss 3 effective approaches. setting up 301 redirects, using canonical tags, and improving internal linking. Firstly, the 301 redirect is your best friend when it comes to handling duplicate content. It's like a traffic cop, directing search engines from the duplicate page to the original one. This way, you're telling search engines which version to index while passing along the link juice. Next up, we have canonical tags. These are a bit like the VIP pass that you give to your preferred page. When you apply a canonical tag to a page, you're telling search engines, hey, this is the page I want you to focus on. The others are just backups. This way you can keep similar content on your site without confusing search engines. Lastly, let's talk about the unsung hero of SEO, internal linking. By linking your pages strategically, you can guide search engines and users alike to the most relevant and valuable content. This not only helps with eliminating duplicate content, but also improves user experience. Now, when implementing these methods, remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Depending on the situation, you might need to use 1, 2, or all 3 methods. It's like a puzzle. You need to figure out which piece fits where to get the complete picture. And remember, while these methods can help you eliminate duplicate content, they're not magic. They require time and consistent effort, but the benefits, oh, they're worth it. Better SEO, improved user experience, and a website that shines in the digital world. So get out there, start eliminating that duplicate content, and watch your site climb the search engine ranks. Eliminating duplicate content can significantly improve your SEO, but what if you can't eliminate all duplicate content? Sometimes duplicate content can't be avoided, but don't worry, it can be managed. This is the reality we often face in digital marketing. There are instances when having duplicate content is unavoidable. But the good news is, we have strategies at our disposal to manage these instances effectively. Let's talk about the first strategy. It's called using the noindex tag. Now, what does this do? Simply put, a noindex tag tells search engines not to index a particular page. So even if the content on this page is identical to content on another page, it won't harm your SEO because search engines will ignore it. This is an excellent option when you want to keep a page on your website, but don't want it to interfere with your SEO efforts. Another strategy is the use of canonical tags. These tags are a way of telling search engines that a specified URL represents the master copy of a page. Using the canonical tag prevents problems caused by identical or duplicate content appearing on multiple URLs. Basically, it's a way of saying, this is the original, rank this one. The third strategy is about creating unique content wherever possible. It might seem counterintuitive to talk about creating unique content when we're discussing unavoidable duplicate content, but let me clarify. We're talking about those areas of your site where you can add unique value. For example, if you're running an e-commerce site and have multiple listings for the same product, you can create unique product descriptions for each listing. It's a simple tweak, but it can make a world of difference. Lastly, consider using 301 redirects where appropriate. If you have 2 pages with substantially similar content, you might choose to delete one and redirect it to the other. This can consolidate your SEO efforts and avoid dilution from duplicate pages. Remember, these are not one-size-fits-all solutions. What works best will depend on your specific situation and needs. But what's important is that you're aware of these strategies and ready to implement them when necessary. Managing duplicate content effectively can help maintain your website's SEO health. Because at the end of the day, it's all about ensuring that your website is as friendly as possible to both your users and the search engines. Let's summarize what we've learned about duplicate content SEO. We've delved into the impact of duplicate content on your SEO strategy, highlighting how it can dilute your site's relevance and lower your ranking in search engine results. We've also discussed how to identify duplicate content. It's not always as obvious as it might seem, but with the right tools and understanding, you can spot it with ease. We then moved on to methods of eliminating duplicate content, including 301 redirects, canonical tags, and improving your internal linking structure. And lastly, we've tackled how to manage unavoidable duplicate content, emphasizing the importance of setting parameters for search engines to follow and using the noindex directive when necessary. Remember, maintaining unique content is key to a robust SEO strategy. Until next time, keep optimizing.